You think you know me? On this day, I see clearly.
Life. That's right. Everything has come to life, much like, well, Ultra Bridge and Adam Copeland say is in their intro song. It has all come to life right now because we are 2 games in, officially in week 1 of our fantasy baseball matchup for the season. We got 1 week. We're in week 1. We only have 26 more to go. So I hope everybody's click, clack, buckled in because this is going to be a long and oftentimes bumpy flight for a lot of us in this league right here. But I want to get everything started off this season. No, I'm not giving any predictions. I'm going to save that for Monday after we've played a few games. Let some things change. Stack go up, stack go down. And then give a bam! Expert predictions, Stephen A. Smith style. Only facts like he would do. But right now, I just want to take a minute to talk about the draft for a second, talk about some teams that I like, that I don't like, moves that I like and I don't like. And pretty much, I wrote this 1 week ago when I was on my off day because I was sick from work when really I could have gone in, but it was just one of them things. I feel bad, I'm not going in. So I wrote this, but I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to record it. I didn't record it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Jay Cox sends a message. I'm like, well, man, he expects something from the commish. I'm the commish. I got to deliver the goods. So let's just get it popping right here. Number one, this draft this year was a fantastic, phenomenal, boom, success. 12 of the 14 teams were able to stay the entire 46 and a half hours that it took for the draft. 2 of you guys had to drop out at around the 23-hour mark, so we regrettably missed you for the final duration with the auto picks right there, just jumping in and dicking some of us over with their extra dollar draft, bids when nobody else was really going to bid other than the stupid ass, sorry, auto draft Yahoo. Thank you. Stick it right up your ass every pick or so. So got to appreciate that. But no, man, next year I will make some tweaks. I'll change some things around from 30 to 20 and things like that. Try to speed this bad boy up just a little bit because, whoa, boy, that was a slog. That was a slug right there. I just chugging along right there. I feel bad for some of us, Anthony Matthews, that blew our wad in the first 30 minutes and had to sit there for another 3.5, 4 hours almost, just watching people get picked that they had no chance of owning. With all that said, let's look at each team in the drafts and think, let you know what I love, what I hate, what I like, what I dislike, however you want to look at that. Just from the commish's perspective, or, well, that's my team name as well. I made it simple for you newbies out there. So let's look at, first off, large annual deferrals. Top-notch just duo of Freddie Freeman and Ronald Acuna Jr. I mean, I assume if any team had that duo in real life, they'd probably win a World Series. And, oh, wait, that did happen. Thank you, Atlanta Braves. I hope that doesn't happen this year for large annual deferrals. Nobody would want him to win a title right there. He's already got a couple, previously earned. So something I don't like is that you already own Blake Snell or Snellzilla rather than, you're skipping the middleman. It's usually my job to draft him and then drop him, trade him, swap them to you for some pickles and onions or something on the side. Maybe you didn't even mix them to make the relish yet. You just gave them to me separately and figured out, Thrills, this is all for you. I don't really know, but that's something I don't really like about your team, Code Nobs. But like I said, you got Freddie, you got Ronald, and you got anything else they can plug in there. I think you got 3 of us that are in the league. It's definitely the Greenwald brothers. They're definitely on your team. So that's Cody Nobles for you. Large annual deferrals. All right, if I was to move on to a newbie, and I'll try to bounce it back and forth, new boys, old boys, new boys, original, OG, cease and desist. Wow, man, I really love your belief in Zach Eflin. That's your ace. That is your ace. I mean, he's going to eat some innings. We know this, but, wow. Somebody was looking at some fan graphs or something because, to bank on Zach Eflin, that shows some, heart and dedication right there. That's American Dream-esque right there. Something I dislike is your belief in perennial injured players on your team to do this crazy thing and stay healthy for 162 games. I mean, with Eloy and Trout and LeMahieu, I mean, you just got some guys where I'm like, man, dang, they're going to play 162, they're going to play 142? Good luck with that. Good luck with that, especially out in Anaheim. As I may have mentioned earlier as we go on this, because some of these moves have already been remedied. This was written a week ago, so some of you guys have already gone and made some trades. That's not accounted for. Made some drop ads, not really accounted for just yet. So just know if this if this no longer pertains to you, you can say, hey, Thrills, fuck you, update your data. All right, and I'll take that, and that's cool. That's cool. All right, but back into it, man. Let's go to Fat Bottom Girls right here. Number one, loved, dude, sitting right here in this chair, literally like a week and a day ago, and taking multiple players from you and looking at this, oh, this like saddened look of defeat on your face. Oh man, it really just gave me a little stiffy right there as I was sitting next to you. I tried to conceal it, pulled my hoodie over it. It was cold, luckily. But oh man, that made me feel so good. I was loving that. I'm sorry about that, but I had to. Also, I really like the Soto Olsen O'Neal combination you got going on right there. Like that could be pretty good. That could be pretty good. What I'm disliking though is owning Lance Lynn. Like that's just that's baffling to me. Doesn't he kind of completely totally suck? Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I'm not into data and OPS and advanced metrics. I'm up into that dude just sucks. So just my opinion. Something I hate about your squad. All right, moving on to gloves. Let's smell it. I'll smell some Atlanta Braves love right there with Ozzie and Austin Riley's rocking the middle. 70 combined dingers last year. I love that out of your team. Smell the glove. We are half the league homegrown Bravo fans right there. So just jump right in anytime you want to be on the team. Bravos and not for FSU but for ATL. All right, something I don't like, man. The auto picks. Whoo, boy, man, they did you dirty. They did you dirty with some of those picks right there. And I just looked at that score. I was like, oh, shit, that sucks. That really sucks. So I don't know if you fixed any of that or not. You may have. You might not have. You might just be riding it out to see what happens when the games are actually played. But for now, that's just what I'm seeing. I'm moving back to, let's go to the commish. Commish, what I'm loving, your belief in young guns. Nobody believes in young players like the commish. The man will own 6 different NA players if they're top prospects in the minor leagues are close to being up there. Like he'll just absorb them onto his team somehow. He might even just use his commish tools to go on your team and take them in the heat of the night without you noticing. Nobody loves him like him. Something I don't like about his team is, damn, dude, those some garbage ass Caper 9 pitchers right there, and they're injured. And Brian Wu, somebody who you banked on not being injured, is already injured and along with Garrett Cole and Max Scherzer and Nick Lodolo. So, just 4 starters on the injured list to start the season. That's good. That's real good. All right, moving on to a Moneyball. Moneyball. Now, this is the man that's going to be, I'm going to be hard-pressed to criticize you a lot because you are the man, but I'm the commish. It's my job to give opinions, whether they be right, whether they be wrong, whether you agree, whether you disagree. So, just know you've got my respect just for what you do in this life, but I'm still going to bring it to you like I think. All power, no average squad right there. True Billy Bean. When I was looking through that roster, I was like 250, 230, 240, 250, 260. Oh, man, that guy's 280, 230, 230. And I wasn't even blown away with those OPSs either. So that just kind of threw me off there. I did see lots of dingerage, though. Lots of dingerage. Mark McGwire, be happy. Dislike, lack of a bona fide star. Like, nobody on your team that I truly see is like a number 1 on their real team. So you can look at your squad. Some people might debate me on a couple of those players, but in my eyes, I'm like, I look at that. I don't think of that player as the one when I look at that team. So just no bona fide studs. Lots of well-rounded players, though. And once again, he is Moneyball, so be on the lookout for him. Moving on to 2 snaps, a twist, and a kiss. Other than the draft day presence, 3 potential home run champs. We all love this man on draft day. Nobody can dispute that. Just him being there just kicks the party up to a level 10. So I got to give kudos to that. With Petey, Aaron Judge, Shohei no bet Otani, whatever you want to call him, Shobetti, I'm not real sure. Looking like some home run champs on that team's going to knock it out of the park left and right. So you got to watch your total bases and home runs when you're playing him. What I dislike, though, that middle infield, kind of looking rough right there. Magnum TA, Brandon Drury, Manny Machado. Manny still got a shoulder issue. I don't know if you took that into account. I certainly did. So that's just something I'm a little leery of on your team right now, though. Big Ant. So focus on that. Moving on, Funky Cheese, Corbin Carroll. Enough said. I heart. Hold on. Is that a heart? I don't know how people do it, but that's kind of a heart. Corbin Carroll. Might even be the new Bryce Harper for me. I'm just saying. So I love him. You can probably try to swindle me multiple times throughout the season for Corbin Carroll, and I might bite once or twice. Something I don't like about your team is owning Bucks. I know we've all been there. Owning Byron Buxton feels good. You're like, oh, this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year. It's never the year. It's never the year. I'm sorry. It's never the year. All right, just something in mind. Just once again, my opinion. My opinion, not the year. Moving on, Mr. Egghead. Egghead. 3 dudes with over 185 innings pitched last year. What? Didn't even know that was possible anymore in the major leagues in 2024. Didn't know it had a chance, but this man's like, yup, give me them innings pitched eaters. I'm going to try to win wins and innings pitched each week with these boys. So I'm proud of you for going with that. What I'm disliking or not so proud about is you thinking that Nick Castellanos, or as I called him back in the day, Nick Castellanos, is your number one outfielder. I hope you're trying to make some moves. Maybe you're going to put Mookie down there. I think he's on your team. You're going to put him, scooch him right down there into outfield, put somebody else at second or shortstop. Maybe if you want to trade me Mookie, I can trade you an outfielder. I'd be down with that. Just something to think about right there. But for me, that's what I'm disliking, Jaycock. That's what I think should be repaired. Just think about it. Think about it. All right, moving on to Lollygaggers. Lollygaggers, FTJ, Fernando Tatis Jr. Love the kid, love the potential. Didn't actually like owning him last year. Didn't help me win a chip. In fact, helped me get one of my worst place finishes ever. Not too pleased with that. But hey, that's a different team, different year, different squad. So hey, but I will say, man, dude, looking through your team, I was like, you. In my eyes, you had the least likability, and I really stretched on this. So, not a diss, not saying I dislike you as a person, individual, but man, I kind of dislike your squad right now. Lack of pitching depth, no reserves, weekly moves used for. I saw some things, I was like, what? Okay, but this was a week ago when I wrote it, Lollygaggers. Maybe you fixed. I hope, God, I hope for your team you did. Otherwise, you're going to be a bottom dweller all season. So, once again, my opinion. Moving on to Almost Made a Sale. Almost Made a Sale. Best pick, Kyle Tucker. Most expensive player on his team. Best player pick on his team. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to tell you another thing I like about it. Hold on. Frantically looking. Nothing. Sorry, I almost made a sale. Jose Abreu, something I dislike. Like, what? Why? He was terrible. Just terrible last year. There was no other better first baseman than Jose Abreu. God, he was bad last year. So that's what I dislike. So almost made a sale. I like one Astro, dislike another one. Maybe find a middle ground Astro. That would be cool. You can try. All right, next up, Topes. What we got? Isotope, obviously, love Bryce. Solid, if unspectacular pitching staff. Nothing's going to like, oh, man, super ace right there. But nobody like, you should probably drop him. Nobody to trade. What do my notes say? Nobody to trade. Messenger this week. I don't know. No can't be eligible, so it must not be that important. So Isotopes, I just know you have Bryce Harper on your squad right now, and you don't really have a spectacular squad. Just kind of like solid. Just, good 6th place, 5th place right there. So that's good for this league. Something could be worked on. Lots of day-to-dayers. We only have one IL spot. I know that's, a pot, meat, kettle right there. But, once again, might want to fix it. We got a couple days until the real season starts. All right, so moving on to Off Constantly. Love the mid infield of Ellie, Bobby, and Simeon right there. Simi, if you will. So we got some Simi, Bobby, Ellie. Love that. Seeing Corbin Burns, every time I look at his team, I dislike this because I think it's Patrick Corbin for some reason. I'm like, dude, why is Patrick Corbin being owned, Savdog? Like, I think for real that you actually do own him. But then I take a second glance and I see it's Corbin Burns. I'm like, that's more acceptable. But he is going to a home run friendly side of the parks rather than the NL Central, AL East. I'm gonna take a say. I don't like Corbin Burns this year just because I park change and everything else, and he makes me think of Patrick Corbin. So negatives. All right, so that'll do, Pig. You're gonna be our last one. That'll do. Love your entire infield. Love them. Goldie, Altuve, J-Ram, and Trey Turner. Moneyball. We're never gonna forget that. Everybody wrote it down. Trey Turner gonna have a worse year. All right, than Francisco Lindor, I think is what was stated. Every player on that team that plays outfield, none of them are game changers anymore. That's something that you might want to fix. I know a couple players have been looking for outfield help. I know you are definitely a team that needs some outfield help as well. Get those things fixed. Your team's going to have a chance to make a run. That's a guarantee right there, especially with that infield. So I know you had to sacrifice, hey, where you spent your money in the draft. Now you got to build off that. Let's see what you can do right there, Piggy. All right, so that's what I like. That's what I dislike about each team this year so far. A mere 8 days into our league. Let's see if I can keep these videos going throughout. Will I run out of things to talk about? Possibly, but will I run out of my desire to listen to myself and look at myself talk? Definitely not. Until next time, this is your Commish Thrills, signing off.